Good morning students. Welcome to India GK video tutorials from www.gkindiavideos.com। आज के इस वीडियो ट्यूटोरियल सीरीज़ में मैं इंडियन पॉलिटी एंड कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के कुछ इम्पोर्टेंट फैक्ट्स एंड फिगर्स के बारे में डिस्कस करूँगा। ये इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट्स एंड फिगर्स जीके बेस्ड एग्ज़ाम्स में आपके लिए बहुत ही हेल्पफुल होंगे। सो ज़्यादा समय वेस्ट ना करते हुए मैं आज का लेक्चर शुरू करता हूँ। So my first very important point in Indian polity and constitution is we will start from the Constituent Assembly. As we already know, the Constituent Assembly in 1946 it made the Indian Constitution. So and the important point is that the nationalist demand for Constituent Assembly was first time it was agreed by the British in which year? So we have to remember that it was agreed in 1940 by the British in which of August of So the demand for Constituent Assembly was first agreed by the British in year 1940 by August Offer. We will continue the next question. The next very important question is that sometimes it is asked the Constituent Assembly met for the first time on which date? We have to remember this date. The Constituent Assembly met for the first time on 9th December 1946. This is a very important question for GK based exams और ये क्वेश्चन अक्सर एग्जाम में पूछा जाता है. वी हैव टू रिमेंबर दिस डेट. एंड another very important point is that the Constituent Assembly it was made under the Cabinet Mission Plan of 1946. We have to remember this point also. And the members of the Constituent Assembly they were elected, indirectly elected. So, from the provincial assemblies, the members of the constituent assemblies, they were indirectly elected. We have to remember this point, that is, they were indirectly elected. Now, 2 and 3 very important question. Who was the president of constituent assembly? ये क्वेश्चन अक्सर एग्जाम में पूछा जाता है and we have to remember this question very well. That is, who was the president of constituent assembly? Dr. Rajendra Prasad. He was the president of Constituent Assembly. However, Dr. Sachidanand Sinha was made the temporary chairman of the Constituent Assembly, and Dr. Rajendra Prasad later on he was elected as the president of Constituent Assembly. Now the next question is, who was the vice president of Constituent Assembly? Mr. H.C. Mukherjee was the vice president of Constituent Assembly. Next question is, who was the chairman of drafting committee of Constituent Assembly? Who was the chairman of drafting committee of Constituent Assembly? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who is known as the architect of Indian Constitution, was the chairman of drafting committee of the Constituent Assembly. And another next very important question, who was the legal advisor or constitutional advisor of the Constituent Assembly? Dr. B.N. Rao. Dr. B.N. Rao was the legal advisor of the Constituent Assembly. Now the next question is, Indian Constitution was adopted and enacted on which date? Now there are two issues. Few provisions like elections, citizenship, the provisional parliament, these were enacted on 26th November 1949. These provisions were adopted on this date: elections, provisional parliament and citizenship. However, the rest of the provisions of Indian Constitution, they were adopted and enacted on 26th January 1950. So this is very important date. That is, this date is known as the date of commencement of Indian Constitution. We have to remember this date. Why 26th January? Because on 26th January 1930, this date was selected as the day of Purna Swaraj by the Indian National Congress. That is why this date was selected for this enaction and adoption of the Indian Constitution. However, we have to remember another very important point, that is the first time the demand of Constituent Assembly was made in Nehru Report in 1928. We will discuss Nehru Report in our another video lecture. This Nehru Report in 1928, the demand of Constituent Assembly was first made. However, the demand of Constituent Assembly was officially made by the Indian National Congress in 1934 and 1935. Now the next question, sometimes this question is asked like, how many members were there in the Constituent Assembly? There were total 389 members in Constituent Assembly. Out of these 389 members, 292 members, they were the representatives of states. 93 members were from the princely states, and 4 members, they were from the Chief Commissioner provinces of Delhi, Ajmer, Mewar, Coorg and British Balochistan. So there were total 389 members in Constituent Assembly. Now the next question is, which act of India made the most profound influence on Indian Constitution? That is Government of India Act 1935. It is the most profound. Government of India Act 1935. It has the most profound effect on the formation of Indian Constitution. Many provisions in Indian Constitution, they were taken as such from this Government of India Act 1935. Now the next question is, objective resolutions on the basis of which preamble of Indian Constitution was made. Who proposed these objective resolutions? The question is, who proposed the objective resolutions in Indian Constitution? We have to remember this important point, that is Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. He proposed these objective resolutions. Now few more points about Indian Constitution. Indian Constitution, as we already know, it is a most detailed and lengthy constitution in the world. It is a borrowed constitution. Borrowed means various provisions of the Indian Constitution, they have been taken from different constitutions of the world. Originally, it contains 395 articles and 8 schedules. The original Indian Constitution contained these many articles and 8 schedules, but now it contains more than 440 articles and 12 schedules. Indian Constitution is both rigid as well as flexible. Why Indian Constitution is known as rigid? Because basic structure of the Indian Constitution, it is cannot be amended, and few of the provisions of Indian Constitution, they can be amended either by 2/3 of the majority of the Parliament and ratification by the states. And why it is flexible? Because some of the provisions, they can be amended by simple majority of the Parliament. So Indian Constitution has both rigid as flexible features. Now the last very important point, as I have already told that Indian Constitution is a borrowed one, that is different parts in Indian Constitution, they have been taken from different countries. Now different sources, what are those different sources? First source is Government of India Act. Many provisions were taken as such from the Government of India Act 1935, like the provision of federal scheme, the provision of governor, and the powers of federal judiciary, they were taken from Government of India Act 1935. Second source is British Constitution. British Constitution. What are the features which are taken from the British Constitution? First is rule of law. Rule of law. Second is law making procedure. Third is single citizenship. These provisions, they were taken from the British Constitution, and we already know that British Constitution is not a written one. Third is from United States. What provisions were taken from the United States of America? First is independence of judiciary. Second is the provision of judicial review. Third is provision of fundamental rights. Then procedure for the removal of Supreme Court and High Court judges. These provisions were taken from the Constitution of United States. Fourth is Ireland. Directive principles of state policy, they were taken from Irish Constitution. And method of election of Indian president, it was also taken from Ireland. And few members who are nominated in the Rajya Sabha by the president, this provision was also taken from Ireland. Fifth is Canada. The provision of federation with a strong center was taken from Canada. All the residuary powers in India with the center, this provision was also taken from the Canada. Next is Germany. The Constitution of Germany is known as Weimar Constitution, and the suspension of fundamental rights during emergency, this provision was taken from the Weimar Constitution of Germany. Next is Australia. There are 3 lists in the 7th schedule of Indian Constitution, that is Union list, state list and concurrent list. The concurrent list was taken from Australia. Next is Soviet Union. Fundamental duties, they were taken from erstwhile Soviet Union constitution. And last one is France. The ideas of liberty and fraternity in preamble of Indian constitution, they were taken from the constitution of France. So these were very important points. You have to remember all these points for preparation of various exams. We'll stop here and we'll continue with few another important points in our next lecture. तब तक के लिए नमस्कार, जय हिंद।